Oh boy, it's official now. I'm in trouble. All right, I'm on the road heading towards Cars and Cameras Mini Mayhem for October 2023. I've already been on the road for maybe about 45 minutes or so. I thought I'd bring you along on the road trip and what it takes for me to get there. It's been a while since I've done this kind of trip, this kind of event, if you will. Probably about a couple decades since I've crossed over from the Canada to the US border, so that should be interesting. I am admittedly very nervous and anxious. Like I said, I haven't done this in quite some time, so who knows what's gonna happen. I don't know what to expect, but obviously your brain is always thinking of some of the weird stuff that could happen, even though that the possibility is pretty low. But anyway, tag along and let's head to the Busco Beach in North Carolina. All right, whew. After an hour of being held at the border, I'm free. I'm in the United States, which feels really, really nice. I hadn't anticipated that time, but at least, you know, they're just checking up and doing their stuff. I have no issue with that. The guy I had, super nice, no problems at all. All right, so let's continue on this journey. Woo! North Carolina! Oh yeah, I made it! Man, it feels good. That is awesome. Well, a little late on hitting the record button, but I'm actually in Goldsboro right now, so it's looking like maybe 15 to 20 minutes before I get there. I know the video is probably looking kind of crappy right now, so just bear with me and we'll get there soon. All right, we're here. I know it doesn't show on camera, but I'm gonna head straight for the main office, so you'll see that. Well, it's the day of the event. Hopefully you can hear me. It's kind of noisy around here with all these bikes running around. And we're gonna have a meeting soon, so we'll see the morning meeting, so we'll see how that goes. But people are getting really hyped up, got the bikes going and whatever they brought, so it's kind of cool to see. There is a lot of stuff out here, a lot of quads and just machines. I mean, you guys are gonna see throughout the video what's out here. Pretty interesting. Everybody from Cars and Cameras is here. They got their crew, they got all kinds of stuff going on. So we'll see what happens. I have no idea what to expect and what's gonna happen. All right, getting ready for the first ride of the day. Should be a bit of a parade lap. For the most part, the parade lap really is just a lap around the main part of Busco Beach. There's a lot of people that are not even part of our group, obviously just because they're there to enjoy themselves for the weekend. Now, this ride isn't like a super long one. It's not overly complex or requiring a lot of skill. You literally just go around the park. For the most part, it's completely uneventful. Nobody seems to be doing anything crazy. Seems like people are just getting their vehicles warmed up and ready to go for a good ride later during the day. Now, I've kept the entire clip kind of in a fast forward version of it. You can watch it or skip it if you want. It's just a very basic morning ride. And here we're nearing the end of the morning parade ride. Now, people did gather and go to the drag strip. It was kind of impromptu thing, nothing really scheduled. I did try it out for myself a couple of times, but as you'll see in the coming clips, I really had no top end power. It took off really well, but that was it. Wow, I actually took off pretty good, but now I have no high end. No more power. All right, now jumping to after lunch, we went for another longer ride. Unfortunately for these clips, I completely lost the audio. Not even sure why. There's not even a trace of it. So I do apologize for that. This ride consisted, or was supposed to consist of, only the two-wheel vehicles. They had a new thing where they separated the four-wheel or multi-wheel vehicles and the two-wheel vehicles. I think it had been requested in the past. In all honesty, it makes sense. I don't like riding a small vehicle next to a very much larger vehicle, especially in a condition like this where things are a little bit chaotic. Now, for some reason during this ride, I did find that a lot of people seem to be rushing or making it seem like it's a fast race or something like that. I don't know. It's just a feeling that I had while I was riding. Now, I don't know if that was the original intention. I don't think so. Now, same as the morning ride, I'm including the entire clip here. Again, skip it if you want to, or watch it all. For the most part, except for something I did, which you'll see if you watch it. Again, this is uneventful. There's nothing serious. It's just a bunch of us riding on the main park and then into the wooded area. Okay, so now this is the section where I thought I was some famous and really good motocross driver. For some reason, I decided to get on the pegs and open it up full throttle.
Note that it had rained the day before, so there were quite a few sections that were pretty slick. And because of it, I did take a dive. I didn't severely hurt myself, but my right hip is pretty sore, and I got a huge bruise to prove it, and it's still here even a few days later and just getting darker. And the crash also shifted my camera out of position, so I did stop and reposition the camera. Once I had done that, I just caught up to the riding group, which I wasn't too far behind. And for some reason, right around here is where things just kind of got screwy. People just kind of went in their own direction. I honestly lost track of where everyone went, so I ended up just going my own way and then back to where my camp was. There was a mid-afternoon drag racing event. Not sure who was hosting it because I couldn't tell who was doing the start line, but it didn't seem to be Cars and Cameras, and I believe that everyone from the camp was there just having some fun. I just caught a bit of footage. The only parts that I would say were kind of sketchy were when you had this mega side-by-side next to all these little mini bikes or quads. Some of them even had a grown adult with a kid on the back just hanging on for dear life. Thought that was kind of strange, but to each their own. I didn't participate in any of these drag racing events. I just kind of watched, stayed there for a little while, and then moved on my own way. Here's 2 cross carts. I love these things, man. More cross cards. Look at them go, man. And here we are at the end of the main event day. This was the award ceremony. Unfortunately, it was just so dark that the camera could barely keep up. If I can remember correctly, there were about, I don't know, I think 5 or 6 awards. 2 of them came from Cars and Cameras and went to vehicles. Cars and Cameras created a machine award where they allowed pretty much everybody to vote for their favorite vehicle. They collected all the numbers and then gave the award to that person. Then the other one they had was one that the Cars and Cameras crew voted for. And then another YouTube channel called Busted Knuckles Builds. I think they presented 3 awards. I can remember 2. One of them was like a community award where one of the guys shared one of his rides and let all kinds of people ride. That was KJ Racing. And one of them was, I think it was just a kind of a cute story award where a father-daughter came down and just wanted to be a part of this whole event. And yeah, the third one was they were looking for like a Mad Max theme type vehicle, so they gave that award. Unfortunately, I don't have any pictures or videos of this. I kind of messed up on that part, but at the end of the day, it was getting dark, and like I said, my camera was having a hard time picking up some of these images. All right, first off, I just want to thank Kyle from KJ Racing. He let me ride his kind of test cross kart. I really enjoyed this thing. It's not super powerful. It's got enough power to have fun but not hurt yourself. I thoroughly enjoyed my ride in this thing. It's really well built. It feels comfortable. It feels solid. As you'll see, I took some jumps and it didn't feel like I was being thrown out of the vehicle. I mean, you feel the impact, yes, but I mean, I didn't feel like I was going to flip or lose control or have any issues at all. I don't know how to express myself in this situation, but I really enjoyed this little thing. And I'm planning on building one. I just don't know when. Hopefully sooner than later. And hopefully I can bring it to the next Cars and Cameras event. With all that being said, here's the footage of my ride. Unfortunately, I really didn't have a good camera setup, so some of the angle gets kind of thrown around. And the bar on the right hand side at the top bumps the camera and kind of moves it around. But I wanted to include it anyway just because I enjoyed it. And I wanted to give you just maybe a small feeling as to what it looked like. And here we are pretty much at the end of everything. This is where I leave Busco Beach. I want to thank Cars and Cameras for setting up such a cool event, and KJ Racing for letting me use one of their cross carts. This was a fun weekend for me. It was nice to get away. If you are planning on coming, why not? It's just a fun weekend in a sandy wooded park, and you're there with a bunch of people that want to do the same thing as you and brought their own random contraptions to ride and show off. A lot of interesting work, a lot of crazy ideas that I would never have thought to do. The camaraderie, friendship is amazing. Can't believe my experience when it came to that. People are friendly and warm and open, and I would definitely do this kind of event again. Hopefully I can come back in spring or fall of next year and do this all over again. I do plan on making some changes in terms of my setup, and hopefully I can make my own weird machine and bring it down to have everyone see it. Now the ride home for me is pretty basic. I'm going to just make it a straight shot home. I'm just gonna take the highway and book it home. Hopefully nothing happens, and with that being said, I think I'm just gonna leave it here. I hope you enjoyed this video and saw what it was like from my perspective. So on that note, thanks for watching and take it easy.